Okay, let's get to know the Astral Hammer.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, let me just share the thing with you. 1 second.
The Discord VTuber.
Discord. Wait, sharing. I think it's been a while since I've tried sharing a Discord, a virtual camera through Discord.
Honestly, it is pretty easy.
Oh, turn on camera. Yes, I see. Okay, well, I've got it here for you with no background because that's how Vignon is sending it to OBS. If that's even easier for you.
Oh, that's different. I gotta play with the settings.
Oh, that is a little different.
So while I play with the settings, would you like to introduce yourself? Name, pronouns, that
Hi,
kind of thing?
hi, I'm Astral. Twitch name at the Astral Hammer. Pronouns are whatever you want to use because it really doesn't matter. Oh my, that is different.
Oh, the horns are captured as well.
Oh my,
And
yeah,
I'm sorry, I think I missed your pronouns.
whatever. It really doesn't matter.
You're not
Yeah.
that picky?
Gender apathetic. It literally makes no difference.
Okay, okay, that's cool.
Yep, yep.
So, what platforms are you on?
Uh, Basically, mostly Twitch. I do a little bit of stuff on YouTube, but it's largely archival for like the tabletop RPG sessions I run.
Okay, that's your main focus then?
Hmm.
Two purple winged demons. Oh, it's going to be a fun time.
Not demon, cat dragon.
Oh, cat dragon. I've
See the
been called the
scales?
dragon. Oh, yeah, the skills. Do you go by any nicknames?
Uh, Astral's usually fine. I don't have any other nicknames beyond that.
No. How did you decide on that name?
Well, one of my favorite songs at the time was the inspiration for the full name. And then as I kind of became more and more, as the character became more and more me, it was like, no, I don't want to go by the full name. Astral's pretty. Astral's a pretty name. I'll go with that.
It is a pretty name. Do you have a catchphrase?
Oh, not that I can think of, actually. No,
No, not really.
not really.
Nessie says hi.
Oh wait, no, there's a catchphrase. It's shared amongst a bunch of my teammates, but get supported, nerd has become a bit of a catchphrase.
That's like the most common thing you're saying.
We end up saying it a lot out of necessity. For sure, for sure.
I can only imagine why. So, can you briefly describe your lore?
Smith, apothecary, enchanter, number of other hats, master of the workshop, up at my tribes on the mountain. My tribe calls home, basically, in a different plane. So I do a whole heck of a lot up there.
Okay.
About 1,000 years old by our age. which is fairly young for Dragon Age,
Yeah,
but
you're
like not
fairly
too
young
young.
compared to me too. I've only got like a 10,000, 11,000 years on you. Don't worry, I don't judge the kids too hard.
Nah, nah. Yeah, yeah. I'm not worried. I'm not
Okay,
worried.
here's the really judgy question. Are you
Hmm.
say so, unsay so, or lewd?
Somewhere between not say so and I occasionally dip into like the a little bit of lewd, but not very often. I just
Okay,
like
so
having the ability to talk about adult topics.
fair enough. So fairly unsay so, where you're
Yeah,
open to talk about the topics, but it's not really the driving force of at least a main part of your content.
exactly. If I can fluster folks into producing passwords, I like doing that. That's fun.
Oh, that is so much fun. Love it when I get all the passwords in chat.
Uh-huh. It's why I've been doing the voice training I've been doing to give myself better vocal range to play with.
Oh, yeah?
Hmm.
What are you trying to achieve?
Something along the lines of let's see if I can slip into it easily at the moment. Being able to go from this, my kind of natural speaking voice. Uh, and this is about as high as I can get at the moment. It's a little, this is mostly okay, I suppose, right? At the moment, or to be able to catch folks with a good boy or a good girl or a ara ara or stuff like that.
Yeah, I think you
Oh,
need cadence, really. The pitch is pretty
probably,
great.
yeah.
It's the cadence and the inflection of, oh, such a good boy. That is what flusters people so easy.
Oh, it's so much fun to do.
I'd reveal a random password if one of you said ara ara. Well, I said it, so where's my password? I need to update it anyways. Getting emails. So,
Indeed, indeed.
what kind of audience do you want to reach?
Um, oh, what's the best way to phrase it?
3, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
Hacker voice. I'm in.
it's kind of hard to put into words, but like just folks who feel like they don't have a place to belong. Folks who feel like the world is kind of judging them unfairly. Um, trans folks, non-binary folks, neurodivergent folks,
Oh,
the
okay. Yeah, yeah.
all
You were saying
manner.
folks, because like
Oh
my
yeah,
my
sorry.
my dumb ass was like, what kind of audience are you trying to reach? Oh, transphobes. It's like,
Oh,
what?
oh, oh no, oh no, 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 no. I should.
I knew
Okay,
that
people.
must have
No,
been uh, me
uh,
hearing something wrong, obviously, because of the group
yeah.
we're in.
Let me use people. Let me use people instead for that word. Better term. Better term. But yeah.
Peeps.
uh, basically, anybody who needs their world to be made a little bit brighter, or who's willing to help
Hmm.
make the world a little bit brighter.
Yeah, you got to work together to actually spread that brightness.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, neurodivergent. Hi. Come on,
Yeah.
camera, pick up. There we go.
So, what inspired you to start streaming?
My nestmate started actually about a month or so before I did, and was playing around with VC Face and all that good stuff. And I saw how much fun they were having with it, and I was like, hey, I want to give that a shot. And then started just building everything up, and was like, this is feeling more and more me. I want to do something with this. And so I gave it a shot.
Nice. And you've been seeing some success?
average 13, 14 fairly consistently
Oh, nice.
at the moment.
Yeah, I tend to not really look at people's numbers.
I just know it's been consistent and growing slowly, but growing to some degree. So that makes me happy.
Always makes me happy to hear that content creators are growing. Um, how long have you been creating content or streaming?
I'm closing in on 2 years within a few months. We're in June. 3 months for my 2-year Twitch anniversary.
Oh, wow. So I've actually been going a little bit longer than you. It's like my anniversary was the start of this month
Oh,
for 2 years.
congrats.
So
Congrats, congrats.
I actually forgot to actually do anything for my anniversary for streaming. I was too focused on this.
That's fair. That's fair.
Is there a kind of content you want to do more of?
Oh, I want to do more collabs, honestly, with folks outside my team. The team, I love my team. Unofficial Twitch team. We don't have a partner yet, so but still, we've been trying to do a lot of good work. But I want to do more collabs with folks outside of it, which has made this event just so wonderful because it's allowed me to actually do that and get to hang out with and play with and do all those sorts of fun stuff and really get to know folks,
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I
people.
wish I had the time to like join in on the 7 days to die stuff because it seemed like y'all are having tons of fun with that, or the desert bus stuff. But I mean,
The
I've been meeting
Valheim has been
so
a
many of
blast.
the diverse hearts.
Valheim with folks that who have different ways of playing it and seeing how our ways kind of mesh up has been an absolute blast.
I can only imagine that one. I love Valheim.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Uh, is there a kind of content you'd like to avoid or sort of move away from?
Um, Not that I can think of, no. I've been pretty happy with the stuff I have been doing, and yeah,
That's good to
yeah,
hear.
I do. I make the content that makes me feel good, that I enjoy making.
As content creators should. Also, take care, Nessie. Thanks for stopping by.
Yep, bye-bye. There we go. My leap motion is in an odd spot, so sometimes it doesn't always pick up the hand motions right away.
Ah, I can relate. I don't even have a leap motion. I've had a different hand tracking program, and it's just a problem sometimes.
Hand rebellion, it's a thing.
Truth. What is something you wish you were taught when you first got into streaming?
Ooh. Oh, that's a hard one. Oh. Probably how to use things like Vignon or the other software that uh was like it, stuff that even that it existed, because I've had so much fun with some of the things you can do with it, with a bunch of the redeems and that are made possible. And I think I've barely scratched the surface of everything. Actually, I know I've barely scratched the surface of all of that,
Yeah,
but it
like
just
you
makes
can
it
mix it. You can add in, mix it up too. Like who even needs uh, what's it? Channel points anymore? Mix it up
mix it
can
up or
handle that.
mix it up for Firebot for depending. Yeah.
Is there a kind of content you've wanted to make or see but feel like it's too niche?
There's some content I've kind of gone away from a little bit because it feels a little niche. It's what I started with. I started with bloodstained randomizer seeds, and they don't do terribly well on on people interest. So I've been doing less of them, but it's in part because I've had other things that I've been enjoying more. But yeah, I'm definitely doing. I think that's something I wish I could do more of and have it like not impact kind of everything else so much. Because that's what got me started. That's part of my old bread and butter, and I still love those things a whole lot.
That's the kind of stuff that really, I think, pays off when you focus on that kind of content. You make a higher quality stuff.
That is true. That is true.
It's a
I've
big.
thankfully found other things that I can still produce good quality content for that are a little more uh that viewers will be more interested in seeing. So I think I'm finally finding that sweet spot.
It is such a tricky thing that you just can't point specifically for like anybody broadly that this is what you got to do. It's something you got to find as you cultivate that community.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
What's the biggest project you're currently working on?
I am slowly starting to work on making a loadable form of the workshop itself. I downloaded a program very recently that I can do that in. You get to lay out all the elements in 2D space, CAD style, and it's able to spit out the 3D extrapolation of that. And I would love to be able to actually show the workshop with like the power hammers and the forges and the all of the that other good stuff. Maybe finally getting to learn some Unity as well, so I could do some of my own Unity work.
Oh, I should really kick my pants and do that as well. It's it's a blessing and a curse.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Best friend and your worst enemy.
Yeah.
If you could collaborate with any creator, who would it be?
Oh, that's actually really easy. Keelie on Twitch. Um, One of the first streamers I ever was a mo- I think the second streamer I was ever a mod for, and the big inspiration for the voice training, amongst a bunch of other things. I would dearly love to do a collab with her at some point. I understand why that hasn't happened, but that would be amazing.
I mean, it's always good to hope.
Exactly.
Have you had a collab that really stands out to you?
That stands out. Um, hmm. Think probably from this event, what's really standing out was the session yesterday with Fornia, Luxie, and Beatrix Bunny, because and I'm missing one other person. Oh yeah, Frosty, because I didn't know three of them well. Actually, I barely knew three of them at all. They came in for that particular event thing, and it was we just meshed so well. I was able to come up with so many nifty things on the fly based on the energy they were all putting out, their interactions with each other, their interactions with me during the course of the tabletop session. And was it's probably one of my favorite sessions in a long, long time. And that's saying something because I generally love my um the consistent group that I I run games for. Those are always a lot of fun too. So if this one is kind of topping a lot of them, that says a whole lot about just how good this particular one was.
Yeah, honestly, I can't really think of any real complaints of what's been going down. I mean, maybe I don't think I'll do another 24-hour stream, but overall, it's been a great time.
I've only ever tried a 12. I don't think I could do a 24.
All the big ones do it. I could do it too.
uh,
So, how
oh,
do you like?
that trap. That trap. But yeah, the big
Yeah.
ones
Oh
do
my
it. It's
god.
like know your body, know your limits.
Know your limits. Play within it.
Exactly.
How do you like to spend your free time not working on content?
Typically, I'm gaming. A lot of Satisfactory with one of my friends recently. That game has absorbed a lot of my time.
Oh yeah. Which one?
Satisfactory,
I'm gonna quickly
the
look that up.
3D factory building game, all about setting up increasingly complex automation to produce various
Oh,
things.
okay, yeah.
It's a big old massive puzzle, which is the same reason I like randomizers because they're a puzzle to solve, and but it's super chill at the same time because you have all the time in the world. You don't have to worry about anything else. And it's just a whole lot of fun. And it feels so good when you finally get that one section of the factory working that's been giving you trouble for like hours and hours on end. And you see everything flowing. It's like, yes, I did it. Ha 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 ha.
The payoff. It feels so damn good, doesn't it?
Exactly, exactly.
So, where do you want to see your platform in 5 years?
5 years. I would dearly love to hit partner, even if just for the additional emote slots, because we don't get enough as affiliates. That's for sure. Nowhere near enough.
Absolutely not.
Um, but that's I don't know. I haven't really thought about it to be honest.
No?
Not really.
I mean, not everything needs to be thought about super duper much.
Yeah. I'm trying to take it more or less like one day at a time and focusing on what I can do in the immediate future and the near future.
Yeah, and reflecting on your more recent stuff, because that's what you recall most of, like, how you can improve and things.
Exactly, exactly.
Ah, tasty monster. Do you have a favorite music genre?
No, I do not. I listen to so many different genres. My taste is pretty pretty eclectic.
I can very much relate, though I do tend to lean towards rock, metal myself. But like
There's a lot of good
everything's in.
stuff there.
Oh
There's a
yeah,
lot of good stuff there in rock and metal, yeah.
there's a lot of good stuff in a lot of genres, to be honest. What song would be played endlessly on loop in your personal hell?
I don't know that I want to think about that. Because then it's gonna get stuck in my head.
Or it might be known by your chatters and then used against you in the future.
Or that too, yeah. That's true.
I'm surprised more people haven't really thought of that when I've like asked that question.
Well, that is surprising, yeah.
We're gonna go with Baby Shark then.
That's a good one, yeah.
It's
That
it's a
song
pretty
is
safe bet.
that's a pretty safe bet. Anything from that production company is a pretty safe bet.
True. So, do you have a food that you like that not many others do?
Not that I can think of, honestly.
No. It is kind of hard to try and gauge that kind of food.
Mostly because I've talked with enough people about their food tastes. I mean, food is one of the easiest things to engage with chat about because you start talking about one thing food related and then you go down this whole big rabbit hole that lasts like half an hour or more easily, with folks getting more and increasingly saying, "Hey, damn it, now I'm getting hungry."
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes.
And and then you discover just how wide-ranging people's tastes in food actually is.
Surprisingly, it's pretty varied.
As one might expect when one kind of starts exploring the different cuisines of the world. It's like, oh yeah, there's a lot of different flavor profiles out there.
You just gotta find them and
Yep,
experience them.
exactly.
If you could have anything for breakfast, what would it be?
Ooh. Honestly, at the moment, I'm kind of dying for like a good like waffle iron, like proper waffle or something like that, like a big old breakfast like that. Because I usually don't have the energy to make anything remotely like that for breakfast.
Me either. I honestly, my breakfast is just a boost in the morning, like one of those nutrition shakes. I'm not cooking at 4 a.m.
I hear you. I hear you.
What topic could you talk about the most?
Get me in on certain nerdy things. And I can probably go on for hours and hours, especially like talking about tabletop related stuff and storyteller stories and things of that nature.
Like Warhammer 40K?
Like D&D, tabletop or pen and
Okay.
paper, I suppose is the better way to put it. Have seeing as I run one, I've run a few actually. I'm working on a system of my own. So I've got a fair amount of experience there over like the last, oh, like decade and a half. It's like a decade and a half now, isn't it? If not a little more. That makes me feel old.
Ollie heard Warhammer 40K.
I mean, Warhammer does have a really fun pen and paper game in Dark Heresy.
I don't think I
Brutal at
played
times,
Dark
but
Heresy,
super
but I
fun.
think I played a game called Inquisitor in high school.
Uh, I think Inquisitor was part of Dark Heresy, if memory serves.
It might have been. I don't know. It's just what we always called it, and we were D&D kids.
That makes sense, yeah.
Is there a topic you'd like to avoid at all costs?
Oh, tricky question. Again, it's one of those I know it if it would come up like start to come up in chat and I'd want to like squash it as soon as it showed up. But if I'm trying to avoid it at all costs, it's probably so awful. I really don't want my brain kind of cluing in on it at all because I just know my brain
Fair
and
enough.
it'll latch in on something and then it's not good for me. So I got
Then
to
you
be a
kind
little
of
bit careful in that
fixate.
regard. Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Who is the most interesting person you've met or interacted with?
Most interesting. That is a hard question. I've met quite a few folks. I can definitely name one of the most unexpectedly nice folks.
Yeah.
Back a few years back, I was working at a cafe for like almost 5 years. That was a job. Um, and Alec Baldwin's wife would come in to our cafe fairly frequently, and she was one of the sweetest people I think you could ever meet. One of the nicest, most generous, and just friendly people. That was always a treat whenever she did come in.
That's good to hear. You honestly get tired of hearing like, "Oh, celebrity person was a snooty, stuck-up person." Like, cool. And then
Yeah.
you hear a story like, "Hey, celebrity was actually a nice person." Oh, hey, cool.
I met him too once when he was sent to pick up the drinks instead.
Oh, really?
And and it was just like, "Oh, hey. Yeah, you're out here to get a thing for your wife, aren't you?" "Yep. Yep." "Okay, here we go. Let's get this done for you. There you go.
Lose the
Have a good rest
argument?
of your
Yep.
day."
Here's your coffee. Thank you.
Yeah, just like and it really did strike home that outside of all of the like usual Hollywood stupidity, a lot of them are really just like the rest of us.
No way. Celebrities are people too?
Gee, who'd have ever thunk it? Madness.
Absolute madness. If you could have lucid dreams, what would they be about?
Oh, I think lucid dreams would be kind of dangerous. My dreams are already vibrant enough. If they were lucid, oh boy.
As in, you'd be in control of them.
Oh. Oh, I'm honestly not sure. That's something I need to think about because that's a fascinating idea to explore further.
A lot of people say redacted because they'd like to do redacted with redacted while redacted.
Ah, redacted. Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's a pretty common one, surprisingly.
Mm, indeed, indeed.
Has any story gotten you to change your perspective?
I'm sure there has to be one. Uh, but I cannot remember what it is off the top of my head at the moment. Bear in mind, I'm running on like a few hours nap at this point. I stayed up way later than I should have in the excitement of everything.
You too, huh?
Yeah. So I'm kind of amazed my brain is working as well as it is at the moment.
I can relate to that feeling, believe it or not. Is there
The
anything on.
rogue the rogue energy drink is starting to help a little bit at least.
Yeah, I'm on number 2. I'm polishing it off. Is there anything on your mind you feel should have more attention brought to it?
Oh, certainly. Um the just how what's the best way to phrase this is the question. just how much the rest of the world is built against neurodivergent folks. How how you've got all the social norms that they look at you funny when you can't quite pick up when you can't quite read the room, or it takes you a few moments because you have to consciously read the room. You can't do it subconsciously. Or how so many places are still not handicapped accessible. Overwhelming lights and sounds and that make you have to mask yourself because people can't be arsed to deal with something that's a little bit outside their comfort zone.
Yeah, it's almost like the world would be a lot better place if more people had just a tiny bit of patience.
A little bit of empathy for their fellow humans.
Yeah, but first you gotta get them to see minorities as humans.
Yeah,
Well,
true.
let's be real. Not all of them, but like the people running the party.
Yeah. Yeah, the people who have the power.
Those are the ones that are making the decisions and pushing all this.
Basically, yeah.
What is the weirdest way you have met someone?
I don't think I can actually answer that one because I'm such a big introvert. I don't really get out much, truthfully.
So then the answer is going to be Prideathon, where you've met so many wonderful creators. How did you come across the Prideathon, by the way?
Seahorse sent me an invite directly. Actually, I've been a
Oh, she
part
did?
of their community for quite some time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Before, as I was working to reach affiliate, I was using a bunch of music off of ocremix.org, and then I forget exactly who raided into Seahorse, but somebody raided into Seahorse who I was watching at the time, and then I discovered, hey, wait a minute, or I might have been like searching. I think I was searching like Christmas Eve or something because I was working that day, and so I couldn't be with my nestmate, unfortunately. And I found Seahorse's, and it was a DJ night because it was a Friday night, and I was like, this music is fantastic. And then I discovered, hey, this is usable for streams. And so I've been using Seahorse's music on my streams for most of them
Oh, wow.
because they're safe to use on Twitch, and it's wonderful and free, and it's all the right things, and they're all really, really good. So
Yeah,
yeah,
unfortunately, I didn't take the time to actually look into them before this. I really should have,
it's
though.
a it's worth taking a look. That
Definitely.
said, they don't have the same safety on YouTube that they do on Twitch.
No, they don't. You gotta be a little extra careful with YouTube.
Yeah. But yes, so Seahorses. So I got connected into Seahorses community, and over time got more comfortable like speaking up and talking about various things, and mentioned a couple of the charity donathons that my me and my friend group was doing and has done. And I think that was maybe one of the things Seahorse that led to the invite, because Seahorse was like, "Hey, you are definitely interested in this sort of thing. Are you interested in joining this one too?" And I was like, "Yes, please, thank you."
All I know is I got a DM randomly. I don't know if you know them, Angel Tail, but
I'm
they
not
had
familiar now.
no. They're at least a little bit in Seahorse's community. I've seen them in Seahorse's Discord at least. But they had sent me one of Seahorse's tweets, the first one about the Prideathon, I think, and they were like, "Oh, you think you'd be able to join this? It'd be pretty cool if you did." And then I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, I'm in." And then, well, here we are with all these different, lot of different creators.
Exactly. Well, that's just the way the neurotypical brain works, Aiden. I don't know. It's easy for them.
Yeah,
They don't have to focus on it.
yeah, it's
But
like it's one of our privileges. We just
the way I see it,
mostly can read a room.
there's a beauty in the neurodivergent brain that a lot of people don't see. And that's we see the world differently. We take in things, details that most folks just automatically process out. And it means we can have very different, very helpful, important perspectives to give you more to work off of than just what your brain has grown accustomed to.
Yeah, cause like I don't know if it's all neurodivergencies, but at the very least, autism. It's not really like a condition. It's just another way of how your brain processes things. If
Basically, yeah.
if I'm correct in things, I'm not speaking firsthand. I am, as far as I'm aware, neurotypical.
I'm probably autistic too. There's enough of the signs. And yeah, it is very much a difference in how your brain is wired. Things that
Mhm.
are easy for some are a whole heck of a lot harder, but things that other folks have to like really focus on, you just kind of flow into, or you get your topics that you just love and you want to share with everyone, and you don't understand why they don't find joy in sharing and being shared with, and you wanting to make their lives more interesting, give them more stuff that they might find interesting to know or to use.
Yeah, different perspectives give different answers.
Exactly, Aiden. We can think outside the boxes of society. I like that way of
Exactly.
phrasing it.
I agree with that one. Would you ever go to space if given the chance?
Maybe. I've read enough science fiction that that I'm a little bit scared, to be honest, knowing what could possibly go horrendously wrong up there.
Like everything could go horrendously wrong up there.
So it's like, oh no, I've read too much science fiction to just be like, oh yeah, space, space, space. It's like,
And I've read
how
enough
med?
science fiction to be like, oh yeah, space, 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 space.
Yeah, it hence the maybe. It's how good are the safety precautions in what we're going up with? Have you thought through the potential problems that might arise and how you can mitigate them? You have, and you've done it right. Good. Okay, then I'm interested. Then I'm excited. You haven't? No, I'm avoiding you with a 10-foot pole.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah.
What change would you like to see in the VTuber community?
I only really interact with a very small subsection of it, to be fair.
Oh, okay.
I don't watch the big ones. I don't do watch a lot of VTuber stuff on YouTube. I'm almost exclusively watching stuff on Twitch for that. So I only see like the neurodivergent, the LGBTQIA plus, the side of it that feels more genuine, that isn't virtual idols like your Niji Sanjis tend to be in your Hollow Lives and whatnot.
Yeah, that's a lot of what they are.
So I'm honestly not sure.
I mean, that's fair. Not everybody does have full
Oh,
on.
actually, I can think of something. I would love to see more willing support from the bigger folks for those of us who are smaller to help us grow. Because it feels like it really is a struggle that it's all of us needing to really band together and work together. And you end up getting your circles really meshing like a big old web where you share large chunks of your community with a bunch of other communities just by nature of things. And it can feel hard to grow that much beyond those confines. And it feels like
Yeah,
there's
I
this
think I get what
huge
you mean.
divide between us and like your Iron Mouses of the world and whatnot. Just even from the size perspective, the bigger size makes a massive difference in how they view things and how in who they can are who they connect with, whatever the
Yeah, and
reasons
how
might
much
be.
influence they can have on helping support and uplift smaller creators.
Exactly, exactly.
Getting into the fun questions a little bit.
Ooh.
Hypothetically, the zombie apocalypse is happening. Who are your three choices of people on your team?
Oh. I would probably take Frosty Razorblade, one of my teammates, because she's actually out doing things in a she has some survival skills. I don't have survival skills out in the Earth world. Um, oh, who else would I take? I'd like a MacGyver type. Somebody who could just pull together whatever the hell you need from what scraps you were able to salvage from the stuff around you.
Yeah, that'd be definitely handy.
And somebody that would be able to, keep everyone safe.
That does sound like a pretty good rounded out team.
Mm.
If you were a wrestler, what would your intro music be?
Oh, my intro music. I'm tempted to say the song that inspired my name, but I don't know about that one. That's a fun one though. Uh, I don't really watch wrestling, so I that's a question I don't think I've ever thought about.
Fair enough.
I understand what folks who do enjoy it, why they enjoy it. There's a whole lot of pageantry to it. There is a lot of athletics to it out of necessity, and they're and acting, and it looks like the folks in it are doing a whole lot of hard work. So I respect the
Absolutely, they
the
actually are.
actual wrestlers themselves.
Like, essentially, the question is, what's your theme song? If it could be
That's my
anything.
theme song. I think probably the theme song would be Sounds of the Workshop arranged together in a way that is musically interesting to throw everyone off. You just hear hammers on anvils and uh the hiss of a forge
Kind of
of
like
like the
Stomp,
gas
but
going forge.
with done through a builder's shop kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's not what my hand
Nice.
is doing. Stop. No rebellion.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever heard?
Piece of advice I've ever heard. I should be able to remember this one, but I'm having trouble. Honestly, I think just something along the lines of be you. And when you find the people who accept you for who you are, like basically let your freak flag fly because you'll find the other folks who vibe with that. As long as you're not doing anything like illegal or harmful, you know what I mean?
Yeah, don't worry about it then.
Yeah. You'll find the folks that vibe with you, and at that point, you'll be able, everything will just start to fall into place. Like,
Hmm.
don't be afraid of cringe. Embrace the cringe.
Exactly. Because if you don't embrace it, it's just seen as weakness and people keep attacking you over it. I think for me, the best piece of advice I ever heard was what's it? Stop worrying about if what you want to say is already said, because it has been said. What you can do is phrase it the best way that you can. You put your own spin onto it and you do it as
Mhm.
best as you can, putting your best foot forward. People will listen. You keep doing that, people will keep listening. They will keep coming back.
Yep. Actually, I just thought of something that I would like to see changed in the VTuber community. Can we all just stop refusing, like fighting so hard to admit that, damn it, we're actually cute. We are all quite cute.
Oh my god,
That gets really
right?
annoying.
There's
That gets
so
so
many
freaking
people that are
annoying.
like, no, I'm not cute. And like the cutest ass voice.
Uh-huh, exactly. It's like, no, no. And I'll tell some of them, the best way to get people to stop calling you cute so often is to just admit it and be like, yeah, I'm cute. What of it? I'm a snack. Sure.
Unironically, that's how I boosted my self esteem regarding that exact issue.
It
Like,
used to bother me a lot too, yeah.
it would bug me, but I didn't want to get into arguments with people over it. So I just started going, yeah, I'm cute. Yeah, I'm adorable. Yeah, I'm hot. What's your point? And then I just
Exactly.
slowly started gaslighting myself into believing it. Totally
Yeah.
applicable to literally everybody.
hmm Cute, awesome, whatever the compliment might be. Uh, Too many VTubers are go straight for self-deprecating, and I don't understand why.
Because they like Bo Burnham. They're trying to recreate him, but they're not doing it right.
Ah,
That's my guess, anyways.
possibly, possibly.
On to the final question. What things in your life are you grateful for?
I'm grateful to my nestmate, who, since we both stream, we have to work out really odd, like timetables sometimes, and the I was able to do stuff with people on Friday because they were willing to give up one of their usual stream times that I would not have been able to do otherwise. I'm also grateful to my parents, who I told them, once I realized I was gender apathetic and realized, hey, you know what? All of that, this is also me. They were like, yeah, they just accepted it. No problems.
That's good to hear.
And also grateful to my wonderful team, of whom you've actually interviewed a few of us already. I think you interviewed Tora earlier,
Yeah?
the Chaos Gremlin Love Squad, because I've gotten to meet so many cool people, and we've gotten to do so much good because of just a group of people who are all like, "Hey, let's use what power we do have to try to make the world a brighter place, to try to make improve things even just a little bit."
And that's all we really can do. We're all doing it in our own ways.
Exactly, exactly.
I can't say I know the members off the top of my head, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if multiple members of your team have been interviewed here. I know I interviewed Tora.
There's about 4 or 5 of us who signed up for the event. I don't know how many ended up streaming. Frosty did end up streaming for it. Tora did. Jaunty as well, for that matter. I can't remember if anyone else was off the immediate top of my head.
Well, still, pretty sweet that a bunch of you joined in and helped how you could.
Yeah.
So it is
Mm,
approaching the top of the hour. Would you like to shout yourself out for the end of the video?
sure. Uh, it's the Astral Hammer on Twitch, Theastral Hammer, and here on YouTube, I believe it's just Astral Hammer. You'll see the image that'll pop up is it's a slightly older one for the profile pic there, but it's still recognizable enough.
Alrighty. Did you have any more plans for Pradathon, or I forget? Like, I'm that tired.
um, I'm probably about to launch into some Valheim, possibly even live. I'm thinking about it. I usually stream later on Sundays, but since the Prideathon is kind of requiring a shift in schedule, I might just jump on early and just kind of chill and hang and build, that sort of thing. That's what
Looks
I'm
like
feeling at the moment
Shin
anyway.
Bearmatic. Baromatic
Yeah, Bear
is
Medic.
already
Yeah,
hosting.
Shinsta.
Like, they're
Yeah,
already going
Shin's
today.
yeah, Shin's kept that server going for since Friday, and so I'm planning to bounce on in and just have some fun there and share that with folks.
That is a great plan. You get up to that. Enjoy the rest of the
Mm,
Prideathon.
thank you. You too.
I shall.
Bye bye, everyone.
Take care.